settling into the ground, in your mind's eye, picture the moon and how it affects the oceans. Visualize when the moon's right above a certain part of the ocean gets pulled up. And as the moon continues to circle around the earth, that pull is constantly affecting everything around. And in this way, the ocean naturally has a tide, naturally ebbs up and down. It creates waves flowing this way and that way. There's kind of a gentle rocking quality to the ocean. So that inspiration of the ocean being affected by the moon is the inspiration of our class today. That rocking takes us back to childhood as well, when that time when we could be rocked to sleep and it was such a soothing quality. And so we'll incorporate different aspects of rocking in our class today, and also different aspects of kind of swaying as if, we're a seaweed or something in the ocean like that, that's just kind of jellyfish or something that's just swaying left and right, letting our nervous system be calmed, letting ourselves just flow deeply into that beautiful, tender, calming state. So that's the inspiration today. So with that, let's begin. The knees will start to come into the chest. Start to take gentle rocking motions left and right or circular. However the low back and the sacrum want to move in this moment. Nice and easy, nice and tender with that part. So there will be a couple of points in class where we'll get into several different ways that we can stretch the IT band. So this first one is one of the easier ones. What we're doing is releasing left leg long. Hug this right knee into the chest. And then slowly start to take the knee across the body to the left. You're only traveling usually to about a 45-degree angle. There's a point when the hip starts to lift off the ground that IT band, that outer thigh, starts to feel sensation opening up. When you get to that point, take a couple of good breaths. And a couple of breaths, easing the knee a little bit deeper into a twist across the body. Feel that low back starting to open. Keep this right thigh crossing over the left. As we start to return the hips down, we're going to take it to banana shape. Everything's moving to left. So we slide the cross down at the ankles. Scoot the legs off the left side of mat. Then up above head, grab onto left, right wrist, scooting it to left. You can push against the ankle wrist connection or just passively hold the shape. Whichever feels like it's creating more spaciousness. Imagine kind of like the ocean bowing up toward the moon. Imagine that's our side ribs being pulled by the moon. Don't take too much effort. but it does affect the whole system nicely. One more breath in, out, uncross, slide the knees back into the chest, return back to gentle rocking. Eventually releasing right leg all the way long to ground. Hug the left knee in. Start to invite the knee across the body to the right. There's a point about where the hip lifts off the ground, where the IT band starts to stretch. First time getting into that on this half. Continue to let the twist deepen. The knee can get any amount closer to the ground. The hip eases out. Switch kind of the cross of that left ankle over to be down to the right ankle. Slide the ankles off the right side, up above head. Grab left wrist, scoot it to the right. A nice side body stretch. It's almost as if the moon's traveled to the other half of the world. Now it's pulling the tide to this direction. Another good inhale. Exhale, uncross. We're back to laying on the mat. Take the right leg in. This time the right leg stretches up straight up to sky. While the right hand to invite the right leg open to the right. Just make sure left hip doesn't have to lift off the ground. Leg lifts back up. And then tilt that straight leg to about the 45-degree angle to the left. Another chance to get into IT band. And this is one where if you don't really feel it, scoot the toes higher up, as in toes getting closer to back wall. On our first swaying motion, like this leg is the seaweed, so slowly sway the leg over to the right, back across to the left. You get twice more to each direction. And once more. Beautiful. Releasing the use of the hands. Allow this leg to trace one huge circle, the biggest the hip can, clockwise. And finish the clockwise, go counter. Good. And the lower leg all the way to floor. Left straight leg up to sky. Grab on behind the back of the thigh, calf, wherever you can reach. Pull it in. Okay, so leg out wide to left. Across the body, IT band stretch. Remember that the exact angle that you're pulling the leg into will affect if you can feel it in the IT band. Let's rock this leg 3 times, open to left, across over to right, and take it 2, last 1, and leg back up to sky, trace a circle counterclockwise, and clock. Beautiful. Lowering it all the way down. Stretch the arms up overhead. Taking the spine all the way up over to a nice cobbler. Let's take a slow journey. The head is eventually going to be tilting all the way over to the right side. So let the head be heavy in the center and slowly trace its way over to the right. You should be kind of laterally tilting when you get to that farthest point. Both hips still grounded on the earth. Good. Slowly roll the head back to the middle. And then the head works its way gradually, same process, over to left. And return. The spine rolls back up. We start to work on a little bit more mobility in the spine itself. The legs could stay in this cobbler shape, just grabbing onto ankles or knees, or you could switch to easy cross leg if you wish. So we start off with some circles. Exhale, the spine rounds back, and then jet the ribs to the right. Circle the heart forward, ribs to the left and back. Reverse the circle direction each time. Inhale as the heart goes forward. Exhale as the heart goes back. Taking a few more to each side. And can you include the neck? The neck opposing the direction of the ribs. So once more each direction. Reverse. Beautiful. Straightening back up, starting to work into the shoulders a little more. Again, this spot is fine. If you need to scoot a little bit more forward with the feet, that's fine. But let's plant the right hand and lean the left hand over. Then switch sides, just immediately going back and forth. Find a speed that works. I'll usually work with the breath pace. Inhale top, exhale through a side. You could also go even slower if you wish. The next time the right hand is planted and you're leaning over, let this left hand be like a seaweed in the ocean. And so with that left hand, let it sway to all sorts of angles. So it can go forward, backward, and tilt over laterally and return. 2 more breaths. Good, and then same thing, second side. So switching direction over, top arm is seaweed, flowing in the ocean. Beautiful, another huge inhale, exhale. Let's rise up and take it onto knees. Start off with some cat-cow motions. Spine still waking up, going up and down. Like each cycle of the breath here, like a cycle of the moon. We're coming closer when the spine raises up. The moon circling to the other half of the world when the belly goes down. Take 2 more like that. Beautiful. Stay with the belly down, and we'll start doing some circles with the spine. So jut the ribs over to the right, and then up, over to the left, and down. Right away, reverse the circle direction, back to the left and up. See again if the head can counter what the belly is doing. So as the belly's down, the head's up. The belly's to the right, the head's to the left. Like 2 circles being traced at the same time, just in opposite directions. I'm going to trace 1 more to each direction. The other. Beautiful. So from here, spreading the fingers wide, tap the toes, lift the hips. Couple of easy movements, bending one knee, and then bending the other. Back to stillness at the top. Let the right leg float directly up to sky, and then bending the knee, try to send the toes behind you, opening up the front of that right hip. Take a good inhale. Nice exhale. Straighten the leg back up. Step that right foot in between hands. Back heel drops down. Floating the arms up, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior 2. Let's take it 3 good cycles back and forth between extended side angle, stretching forward toward mirror, and then reverse it, stretching to the back wall. 2, 1. Beautiful. Roll the hands down to the ground. Hop up onto the back toes, lowering the knee. And then a couple of rounds here, going back and forth between a lunge forward and a half split. It's an easy 2. 1. Good. Pause in the half split, a few bonus breaths, just rest. One more good breath in. And out. You're going to start working that right leg back. You get to choose here. Does a child pose feel best? Does a flow feel best? Just listen to what the body wants. Give it a couple of breaths. Another inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's set up for downward facing dog on this other side. Spreading the fingers wide, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Pedaling the legs out a couple of rounds. Breath. You're ready to float the left leg up, bend the knees, set the toes slightly behind you. Take an inhale. Exhale, step that foot in between hands, that heel drops down. Warrior 1, arms rise up. Then up warrior 2. 3 rounds, extended side angle. To reverse. Third one, nice neutral, warrior 2. Roll the hands down, hop onto the back toes to lower the back knee. Sometimes I'll scoot the toes a little forward here. And then couple those rounds. Forward 3, and back. 2. Last one. Pausing at the half split. Another good inhale. Nice exhale. We're going to work our way to a high kneeling spot. So slide the left knee next to the right and come up high. Eagle's arms, right elbow under. From here, as the hips push forward, elbows lift up. We're leaning back just a little bit. And then sitting the hips to the heels. Bring the elbows in toward the knees or toward the belly, kind of curling in to stretch the spot in between shoulder blades. Bring slow like that twice more. Up high, lift the elbows up, arch back. And elbows to belly. One more. As we come back up high, release the cross of the arms, take the backs of the hands together, circle up, keep them touching as long as you can. When they can no longer touch, circle the thumbs back and circle out wide. And then reverse that circle direction back up. As soon as palms can touch above the head, take them there and forward. Good, now left elbow under. 3 slow rounds here, elbows up, huge inhale to arch back. Exhale, slowly belly with the elbows. Get back up 2. One. Back up high, backs of the hands together. Let's take another huge circle like that up. Rotate the thumbs back. Return. And settling just a couple more breaths, child's pose. Beautiful. Planting the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. It wiggles if the body likes it. Right leg floating up. Same hip opener, bend the knees and the toes behind. As we start to unwind, let that knee circle under the body, off to the left underneath us. Straighten the foot off to the left. Maybe left hand floats up to center. Drop the left hand back down. 3-legged dog, right foot up. And step that right foot to outside of right hand. Moment with high lizard. From this, imagine that the legs are helping you to do some push-ups. So they're taking some of the weight out. We lower down as much as we can and press up. You can repeat 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Then slide left foot to outside of left hand, Malasana squat. Always sit on block if needed at the top. Catch the breath. Section there is a little more energizing. So doing the second side in reverse. As the fingers go down. This time left foot, right foot slides back. Okay, up to 5 push-ups here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Three-legged dog, left foot floats. Bend the knee, sending the toes slightly behind. That knee tries to circle under the body. Punch off to the right, maybe right hand floats. Right hand down, three-legged dog. And softly lower to kneeling. We're gonna come up high kneeling, hands to the low back. Just a nice supported camel, hips forward, head lifts. And child pose. We're catching the breath, a few more cycles of that inhale, exhale. Work. That was the peak of our intensity. Let's go on just a little bit more. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. This is one where we'll eventually make it up to top of mat, but you don't have to rush your way up there. You want to bend through the knees a couple of rounds. Each leg. That's great. Eventually up to forward fold when you're ready. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Hands down to heart. So from here, taking a tree pose, the right knee rotates open. You could stay with kickstand, or you can climb any amount that foot up the thigh. If balance is easy, you could choose to open arms left and right. Take a slow cycle, rotating the hands over toward the bent knee without shifting hips. You did that, coming back forward. Go away from the bent knee without shifting hips. Good, back forward. Cross this thigh in front of the other. Slowly roll the spine down. That gets us to another version of the IT band stretch for the back leg. If ever you're here and you want more for that IT band stretch, you've got two options. Option one, walk the hands a little further to the right, twisting the upper body. Option number two would be bending the front knee even more, allowing that back leg to slide further to the right. Any amount. Like a crossed lunge. Good. We're going to try to rise without tripping ourselves. So if you need to uncross the feet now and then roll up, that's fine. Good. Circle arms up to sky, back down to heart. Left leg opens for tree. Climb it up as high as it wishes to go. Maybe opening the arms. A slow rotation toward mid knee. Away. And slowly opposite side. And back. Good work. Press this side over, dropping foot to floor. Roll our way down. If this doesn't get you where you want to go, either walk the fingertips further to left, or the back foot slides further to the left. Beautiful. Take yourself up in a way that has balance. Circling arms up to the sky at the top. Arms down to heart. Float the right knee in front of you. Look back for warrior three. Perhaps arms balancing. And when we land, that right foot crosses off the left side of the mat. So it's like a warrior. So right foot off to the left, so it should be crossed. Yes, like a warrior one, arms up high. From here, drop the left hand down. I like to rest it on the back side and then start to lean further over to the left. Raise back up to sky. Bump the foot to normal warrior one. 3 circles, dropping hands down to circle up. Circle back, 2. 1. This last one turns us open to warrior 2. Clasping hands behind the back. Push the hips back a little bit. We're bowing forward, closer to the top right corner of the mat. Clasp of hands, hands drop to the inside of that front foot. We can either stay at this higher side lunge or continue to lower glutes closer to the heel, low side lunge. Beautiful. Starting to face the hands forward. This foot that's underneath us works its way off the right side of the mat. Maybe right hand up to sky, just a brief moment. Good. This time when the right hand comes down, we lower the right hip, that side of the hip to the floor. That's okay. Go ahead and scoot the foot off. Yep, that's it. And then lowers the hip down to ground. Beautiful. So it could be at 90 degree. It could be lower than 90 degree. It could be higher than 90 degree. Just bring both of your legs to the best, maybe 90 degree angle you can get. Both hands try to face forward to top of mat. From here, as you continue to lower, maybe one elbow down, sometimes full. This is another possibility for IT band stretch. If you don't feel it, sliding foot higher is usually what gets me just a little bit more into that sensation. This is also nice because the weight of our hip down helps to massage that IT band. So if we lower down any amount, come up to hands. Let both knees take a pinwheel shake so they're both bent and just kind of coming into one another. Good. And from here, both hands coming to that left side. We're purposely going to rock this right hip up a couple times. So we're rocking the hip up, rotating around, and then rocking that right hip back down. Good. Let's do another 3. And rock the hip down. 2. Last one. Beautiful. So we make our way back up to standing for the second side. So swing the legs underneath to down dog. Step longer, jump up to top of mat. Circle arms up to sky, hands to heart. Good. This time floating the left knee. Warrior 3. When we land the toes, they cross. So the left toes off the right side of mat. Arms up to sky. Drop the right hand down, resting it. And then continue to lean your upper body off to the right. Hand comes back up, bump the feet. So warrior 1, normal. From here, circles 3 times, drop down to circle up. And back through the shoulders. 2. 3. Third one naturally turns you open into warrior 2. Clasp hands behind the back. As the hips shift back to counterbalance our weight, we're trying to dive to that top left corner mat with the arms behind us. Release the clasp and drop to inner side of the front foot. This can either be the side lunge here, nice and high, or you can lower the glutes any amount toward the heel. Good breath in and out. Pivot the hands to be up to top of mat. We're getting our glutes a little higher up so we have space to scoot that right foot off the left side of mat. When you get there, perhaps you have a break moment when left hand is able to go up to sky. Doesn't have to go long though, because left hand down and we're going to lower to that side of the right hip. Good, so same thing, the back leg behind us, nice and straight. Maybe the other leg creates a 90 degree, maybe it's lower than 90, maybe it's higher. Either way, try to get both hands toward the top of the mat. Maybe you lower to one elbow, maybe to both. Blocks are a good option. A couple more breaths, let the heart rate calm down. No more standing after this. All rest. It's all returning back to that cradle-like state. Back up to hands. Both knees bend in like a pinwheel. The hands keep on planting to that right side, and we're gonna rock around on that left hip this time. So as we spiral, the hip lifts up. As we return, the hip settles back down toward the front. 3. 2. Last 1. Good. This time coming out of it, let the legs open out wide, a wide figure V shape in front of us or to the side, whatever you like. Start to walk your hands gently forward and through. As we walk the hands back in, bring the legs to simple cross leg. Working through the neck for this last minute. Allow the rest of the spine to be nice and tall. Allow the chin to drop slowly down to chest. Start to roll the right ear over the right shoulder. The left shoulder itself can be dropping down, or you can even use the left fingers to pull away. You can be static, ear over shoulder here, or you can gently be rocking the head to be slightly in front of the shoulder, and then slightly behind the shoulder, or just find a spot that feels useful. By the way, give this right shoulder one more huge breath in. And nice exhale to slowly roll back to start. And gradually the head works its way over left shoulder. Maybe you're just pulling the right shoulder down, or maybe right fingers extend away. This could be stillness, or you could rock the head to an angle slightly in front of shoulder, or slightly behind shoulder. More breath. Rolling chin back into chest. See how much heaviness you can find in releasing the neck down. Good. Head slowly returns up. And from here, if there's any last stretches we need prior to Shavasana, we can take them. If our body's happy and we're ready to just release, you can find your comfortable Shavasana at any point. Actually, some will find that Shavasana sooner than others. Just note Our breath in the Shavasana can be like that cycle of the moon around the earth, pulling the ocean waves. So perhaps feel as if your belly itself is the ocean. With the inhale, it rises. The exhale, tide has gone out. That way our very breath is soothing us, rocking us, reminding us how much we are made of water. Begin to deepen inhales. Exhales. Introduce little movements back to the body, fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out in ways that feel helpful. Usually perhaps a nice fetal position off to one side. Welcome to enjoy a couple of bonus breaths here, maybe 3 or 4 good cycles. Rising up when you feel ready. So here, with hands at the heart, we return to the water, to that gentle rocking sensation that's introduced from the moon. We allow our intuition to guide us toward any little intuitive knowings in that cycle, that process. Perhaps the intuitive knowing that rocking motion is life, calming for that nervous system. Maybe that intuitive knowing that life has cycles, like these fractals that we repeat over and over and over again until we're ready to change something about our life. So with this inspiration, the ocean and the moon to lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. Om. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.